And last year we did what? I'm partnered with him in the business. But I'll say this, I partner with him. People say, oh yeah, of course you're successful because Elias is company's partner. I mean, I didn't give you money to advertise. I didn't chuck in nothing. Like I said, you're going to go cold call. Like, you got to grow. You got to do what I used to do because the process makes you. What did we do this year in Walmart? Really? Gross, yeah.
Between 1.5 and 2.
Between $1.5 million and $2 million in gross volume. All coatings this year. Between Erie and Pittsburgh. We did a couple of them. You know, and we're only that company, Quaker State Roofing. Stand up. Didn't he do a good job on his shirts? Turn around. Those are good, nice. So, he wants it. He's just out there doing it. Like cold calling, talking to people, when you get a roof to get on, we're not pushing that out a week and then getting out and getting on it. Like, you just go and do it. You know? And it's yeah. So the Friday night income is really a big thing. Alright. So Simon told me, I remember, come home from work, and I got through that lunch bucket. And we prayed about it that night. I said, I hate my job. And Deb and I prayed about it that night. Literally the very next day, Simon calls me. Him and I hadn't talked about any of this for a year and a half. I helped him do 2 jobs before I quit working for him. Because I worked for Simon for, a couple of years. Probably a year and a half, 2 years. And then I went to my uncle. And Simon and I had helped him do 2 of these systems on mini-storage buildings. And I told my twin brother, I said, this is such an easy application compared to shingles and metal and all this stuff. I'm like, maybe someday we'll start our own business and do this. Well, then my uncle offered me $20 an hour. Simon's paying me $14 an hour. And when you're 20 years old, that's a big difference. And still is a big difference. And so I went to work for him. So we pray about it. Literally the next day, Simon called me. He says, hey, I was thinking about you. And I'm like, okay, what's that? He said, you should come back and work for me. He said, you remember those 2 roofs we did? He said, last year I didn't do anything with that. He said, I got a lot of roofs. Why don't you come work for me?
I had a magic word.
And he said, I'll pay you what your uncle's paying you. And he said, I'll help you start a business. Now, would you agree it's probably an answer to prayer? Sure felt like that back then. Still does today. And so I went to my uncle, literally like right then, a week later maybe. And I told my uncle, I said, I'll work for another 30 days, but then I'm going to go back and work for Simon and I'm going to start my own business. And my uncle was really kind. He said, you have a lot more potential than just working for me. And he had me in a place where I was driving an Amish crew. Like, I was the only driver, and I was the only guy who could drive. And he had told me, like, if you quit working for me, I don't even know if I can have a business. And, like, I felt horrible to quit for him. To be honest, I did feel horrible. But we did. That's what he told me. He said, well, you got a lot more potential than just working for me. It was really nice of him. And so came home and we started marketing. And I remember the very first job I sold Simon, Simon and I would go look at roofs together because I didn't know what I'm talking about too much. And we'd go out and look at these roofs. And I remember the first job I sold, I was coming home with a 30, I think it was like a 30, if I remember right, it was like $34,000 job in a little town called East Hickory, Pennsylvania, out towards above Titusville. And I put that check in my pocket. It was a $90,000 check I put in my pocket. I thought it was like $1 million, I was driving home, I kept looking at that check over and over and over. It's a big deal, but that was the first check